Hello everyone, my name is Gyanesh Shukla and today we'll be solving the General Aptitude part of GATE 2022 paper. In this series, we are trying to solve just the General Aptitude parts of previous year question papers of GATE examination. So today we'll be doing the 2022 one. Let's begin. The very first question says, the movie was funny and I dash. The movie was funny and I could help laughing. Why would you help your laughing if the movie was funny? The movie was funny but I couldn't help laughed. That is a very wrong tense. The movie was funny, I couldn't help laughing. It's obviously he tried even though he couldn't. So this is true. The movie was funny and I could help laughed. Doesn't make sense. So C would be the correct answer. Next question, the main question is of a ratio proportion question. In such a question, I would recommend that we assume a value for all of these. So for x, if we assume the value n, so x can also be written as n by 2, and for value y can be written as n by 3, for value z can be written as n by 4. So we just have to solve now. This can also be written x by y plus z by y minus y by y, which will be 1. Okay, so now just put the value of x as n by 2 and the value of y as n by 3, and n would be cut out, and value of z as n by 4 and the value of y as n by 3 minus 1. So 3 by 2 would be 1.5 and 3 by 4 would be 0.75. Yes, minus 1. So 1.5 plus 0.75 would give us 2.25 minus 1, and the answer would be 1.25. B is the correct answer. Okay, so next question is, both the numerator and denominator of a fraction is increased by an integer x and some other fraction is decreased by the same integer and the integer is given as x, and this operation results in the same value. So as given 3, let's solve it from the very up. So 3 plus x by 4 plus x is equals to 15 minus x by 17 minus x. So this is what is given and we just have to solve the equation. This is an easy question. So 3 plus x into 17 minus x will be 15 minus x dot 4 plus x. So 3 7s are 51 minus 3x plus 17x minus x square is equals to 15 4 60 plus 15x minus 4x minus x square. So x square will go, and 17 minus 3x will be 14x is equals to 60 minus 51 will be 9, and 15x minus 4x will be 11x. Coming this side, this will be minus 11x. So 3x equals to 9, x will be equals to 3. So obviously C is the answer. Easy. Moving on to the next question. Though the next question will need some analysis. The data is given that a survey has been done on 450 students about the subjects of interest, and this has following outcomes has been given. So we'll try to create a Venn diagram and solve it. So in the very first question, it is written 150 students are there which are interested in mathematics. So if we draw a circle of students who are interested in maths, it will be 150. 200 students are interested in physics. So 200 students in this circle for physics, and 175 students are interested in chemistry. These are the students interested in chemistry. These are 175. Now inside this, we can see that 50 students are interested in maths plus physics. So technically this whole area is the students who are also interested in physics as well as interested in maths. So this will be 50. Okay. So this will be 50, and this will, and 60 students are interested in physics plus chemistry, 40 students are interested in maths plus chemistry, but there are 30 students who are interested in all of the three. So the 30 students who are interested in, now if we'll just focus on maths and physics, so 50 students were there who are interested in physics and chemistry. Now 30 students are there who are also interested in chemistry. So obviously that 30 is the subset of this 50. So this 30, if we write here, then this 50 will change to 20, and this 60 will change to 30, this 40 will change to 10, because this 30 is subset of all of these. Now similarly, this, if we have to count, see that how many, what is the number of students who are only interested in physics, then we'll have to minus the number of students who are interested in other subject apart from physics from the total number of students interested in physics. So that would be 200 minus 20, 180, minus 30 plus 30, 60. This will give us 120, and 175 minus 30 plus 30, 60 plus 10, 70. So this will give us 105, and 150 minus 20 plus 30, 50 plus 10, 60. This will be 110. The total number of students would be 100, and total number of students would be 110, 120, 105. So this would be 120, 5, 3, 335 plus 10, 20, 30, 30, 60, 60, 30, 90. This would be 5, 12, 4, 405, 425, something we have done. So 110, 120, and okay, this would not be 110, guys. 20 plus 30 is 50, and 50 plus 10 is 60. So this has to be 90. So if it is 90, then 120 plus 90 will be 210, plus 105 will give us 513, plus we have 30 plus 30, 60 plus 70, and plus 90. So this will give us 405. So there are total out of the total 450 students were there, 405 students are interested in math, physics and chemistry. So the rest of the students who are not interested in math, physics and chemistry, that will be 450 minus 405. That will give us a 45. 45 interested in, remaining students are interested in humanities. 45 is the right answer. Moving on to the next question. For the next question, we just have to make a mirror image of the given image. For the picture shown above, which of the following is the correct picture representing reflection of the. So we'll try to recreate the image, and here we can see that this is the shaded part. All of the other parts we do not really care about, and among this, here this will have to be the shaded part in the bigger circle, and this will not be shaded, and similarly this will not be shaded. So first we'll see how are the this part very clearly is not the answer, because the bigger circle is near the image. Among these three, this is not the answer, because the nearest smaller thing has the shaded part, but it do not have the shaded part. These two has. So if this is the mirror image, the next is not the shaded part in this. This is the correct answer, A. Moving on to the next question. In the last few years, several new shopping malls were opened in the city. The total number of visitors in the malls is impressive. So, number of visitors is impressive, but the total revenue through sales in the shop is generally low. Which of the following is correct logical inference? Fewer people are visiting the mall. Wrong. More number of people are visiting the mall. More people are visiting the malls, but not spending enough. This is true because the revenue is low. More people are visiting the malls and spending more. Wrong because the revenue is less. Fewer people are visiting the mall. Wrong. So B is the answer. Moving on to the next question. In a partnership business, the monthly investment by three friends for the first 6 months is in the ratio 3:4:5. After 6 months, they had to increase the monthly investment by 10%, 15%, and 20% to their initial monthly investment. The new investment ratio is kept constant for the next 6 months. What is the ratio of their shares in the total profit at the end year such that the share is proportional to their individual total investment? Okay. So for in a ratio proportion question, I would recommend that you give some value. So we'll have a better picture of what is going on. So if we multiply the 3:4:5 ratio with 100, we can see that the first friend has committed the investment of 300, the second friend has committed investment of 400, third friend has committed investment of 500. This is for the first 6 months. For the second 6 months, he has increased the investment with 10%. So 10% of 300 will be 0.1 into 300, it will be 30 rupees. So we'll have a total of 330 rupees. For 15%, 0.15 into 400 would be 60 rupees. So the investment would be 460 rupees. If an increase of 20%, 0.2 of 500 would be 100. So it would be total of to 600 rupees. Now for the next 6 months, they are committing this much, they are investing this much, and the investment will be as it is constant for this whole 6 months. But in the end, we do not have to really care about the total profit. You just have to care about that the profit share is proportional to their individual total investment. So we'll have to focus on total investment. The total investment throughout the year for the first friend is 630 rupees, for the second friend is 860 rupees, for the third friend it is 1100 rupees. So that is very self-explanatory. If we see the answer, I see the option that D is the correct answer, as that gives us the correct ratio. Okay, so moving on to the next question, which is 8th. In this question, 4 lines are given, equation of 4 different lines are given, and it is asked whether it is perpendicular or parallel. So before starting this question, we need to know that whenever two lines, the slope of any two lines is same, that means obviously that two lines are parallel to each other. But if we are getting multiplication of the slope of two lines as -1, that means that two lines are perpendicular to each other. That is the only single concept that you need to know before doing this question. Rest it is very easy. So we'll try to convert this question into y is equals to mx plus c form. That will give us minus 3y is equals to minus 2x plus 5. In this, it's 2y is equals to minus 3x plus 8. Minus 6y is equals to minus 4x plus 5. Minus 9y is equals to minus 6x plus 6. This can also be written as y is equals to minus 2x by minus 3 plus 5. Y is equals to minus 3x by 2 plus 8 by 2, 5 by 3, and y is equals to minus 4x by minus 6 plus 5 by minus 6. Y is equals to minus 6x by minus 9 plus 6 by minus 9. So if we see the slope here is m is equals to 2 by 3, and here m2 will be minus 3 by 2, here m3 will be 2 by 3, here m4 will be 3 to the 6, 3 3 is the 9, 2 by 3. So we can see here that the slope of the three lines, which is first, third and fourth, is the same. That means line L1 is parallel to line L3 and is parallel to line L4. But the slope of M2, the line 2, is minus 3 by 2, and minus 3 by 2 multiplied by slope of any other line, which is 2 by 3, will give us minus 1. So that means L2 is perpendicular to all the three lines, L2 or 3 or 4. Okay, so L1 is parallel to L2, wrong, because L2 is perpendicular. L2 is wrong, L2 is not parallel, L2 is perpendicular. L3 is perpendicular to L4. No, L3 and L4, remember, are parallel. So this also wrong. L4 is perpendicular to L2, right? L4 is also parallel to L3, right? So D is the right answer. Okay, so the next question. Given below are two statements and four conclusions drawn from this based. So I normally recommend to refrain from such questions if you're not very confident about it. So the first statement is some soaps are clean, and the second statement states that all clean objects are wet. So the first conclusion which they have given from these two statements are some clean objects are wet. Some clean objects are wet. We know that all the objects which are clean are also wet. So clean and wet can be used synonymously to an extent. But only some soaps are clean, or maybe some soaps are wet. So some clean objects are soap. So some clean, or actually this is true, because if I see it as some soaps are clean, which is what the first statement is. No clean object is soap. This is wrong, because it has already stated that some soaps are clean, and obviously it is wrong. Some wet objects are soap. Wet means some clean. So some clean, some soap, some wet objects are soaps. Some wet objects are soap. This is true. This is very true. Some wet objects are slow. Some wet objects are slow. Some clean objects are soaps, which is the first statement. So all wet objects are so wrong, because only some soaps are clean or some soaps are wet. So all objects are not wet. This becomes a tongue twister to a very extent. So obviously the only right answer is D. Moving on to the next question. So for the next question, and it is talking for the next question, we will definitely need a pen and paper to place it and then imagine it. It is not something that we can imagine about. An ant walks in a straight line on a plane, leaving behind a trace of its movement. The initial position of an ant is point P. So if we consider some initial position of the ant as P, ant is first turn 7. The initial position of the ant is facing east. So the ant is actually sitting here. But the initial position has to, it will turn. So the ant will turn 72 degree anti-clockwise. So if we will see here, if we make a direction sense of it, this is 90 degree, this is 45. So some 72 would be somewhere here. So this here, this would be the 72 degree. So first ant will move anti-clockwise 72 degree, and then it does following two steps sequentially. 5 times it will be the 2 steps. What are the 2 steps? First we will move forward 10 centimeter. So let's move forward 10 centimeter. This is 10 centimeter. And then the second would be turn 144 degree clockwise. So from again here we'll have to devise our coordinates to see what would be clockwise 140. Clockwise 144 degree would be something less than the 180, and here, so this has to be. So again it will turn this side and it will move 10 centimeters. It has moved 10 centimeters. Now again it will move to 144 degree clockwise. So in the examination scenario, you'll have to obviously rotate your paper, and we'll see that 180-degree clockwise, this is 180, so it will move somewhere here. And again, will it has, since we have moved the 10 centimeter, it will turn clockwise. We see again what would be 144-degree clockwise situation. 144-degree clockwise situation would be somewhere like this. Now, even if this is not very accurate, this actually has given us the structure. We have only done the loop 2 times and we 3 times, and we already have the 3 sides of the star. So this is very clearly that A and B is not the answer, and to make the answer as D, the angle should have been much lesser, and the number of times the loop is iterated should have been more. So C is the correct answer. This is the formation of a star. That is why 5 different sides and 5 times the loop is repeated. So this was it, guys. I really hope that you enjoyed this session, and we'll definitely come up with general aptitude part of the earlier previous year questions also of GATE examination. Thank you. Please keep supporting us.